Now on gold, guys and gals, if you don't know how to do number 2, if you're new in the trading room, please scroll over to gold because you're going to do the same thing on crude oil every single day. Every day we do this. Okay, this is a perfect setup on a number 2 trade. We only have 3 setups in the trading room. If you're in a downtrend, you first look at the 5-minute chart. Very simple. If the moving averages are crossed down, then you look for 2 setups. Only 2 setups when they're crossed down, when they first cross down. You look for a downtrend. Very simple. There we go. So those are only 2 things you're going to look at. If you're a new trader in the room, these are the only 2 trades you need to concentrate on when you're in the trading room. If you just concentrate on a number 1 sell or a number 2 short in a downtrends, right, or number 2 buy or number 2 breakout in uptrends, you're going to capture around 80% of the moves in the trading room. Just these 2 setups. That's it. Just these 2 setups because you're trading market profile. What we do is we look at the 5-minute chart when we log in. The first order of business, we don't care about any of these other charts. We look at the moving average chart. We need to determine A, are we in an uptrend? Or, are we in trending? Or B, are we flat or chop? If we are trending, you will see the moving averages cross down. You'll see the magenta MA at an angle. We were crossed down. And so if it's crossed down, there's only 2 possible setups. We sell the red at 1473 up here, or 1472 when it gets up here. Or if it's too weak, we look for a breakdown at the LVA. We do not buy low value area. All the amateur market profile traders try to buy the low value area in downtrends, and that's why they get stopped out consistently. What I came up with is I came up with a 1, 2, 3 setup, and it shows me to sell the first test of HVA in a downtrend off either one of these 5-minute charts. The one that's the farthest away is the best one to take. This is volume profile down to the far left. This is price profile on the trend chart. So I'm taking both profiles, I'm profiling the market, and it's letting me know where major support and resistance is, okay? So what we do is, if we're in a downtrend, we sell the first test of these red dots, right here. First test of the red dots. The first test is the key. We use the 89 tick for the red reversal bar in a number 1 trade. What happened was the market was too weak. It couldn't get to the red dots. It could not get to HVA. So what do? We know all the amateur market profile traders are trying to buy down here. That's why this price got rejected against trend. We know all these guys and gals that don't know how to trade market profile are buying this low value area, think it's a great value area to buy, where they're not knowledgeable enough to know that that's exactly where the professionals are taking an order flow and it's getting ready for a break. So we don't buy LV in a downtrend. We look for it to break in a downtrend because we're educated enough, and knowledge is power in the market, to know that these stops are resting just below LVA. And if we get through these stops, we're going to get speed. And we've seen it, you've seen it over and over and over again in 2012, over and over again in 2013. Every single week, we see a number 1, number 2 trade. Every single day, we see these trades. Why? Because the resting stop orders are just below LVA and just above HVA on the volume and price profile. And that's what's unique. So since we know we're in a downtrend, we got possible resting stops right below 68 off the volume profile at the bottom left 5-minute chart, and possible resting sell stops right below, or resting stop orders right below 1468. We're going to time this trade, and we're going to get in with the symmetry dot break. So what we do is we wait for a 2/3 body candle close below my symmetry dots. If my symmetry dots on my 89 tick is my proprietary indicator, this is what separates us from all the market profile traders. All these hundreds of systems out there that have market profile, they mean absolutely nothing, because we know exactly the exact bar to get into. We're not waiting like those yahoos do with a 5-minute big bar down and getting short at 66. We're getting short right here at the symmetry dot break. We're knowledgeable enough because we know that the resting stops are just below the symmetry dots and also below what? The LVA. So that lets us know that we have a high probability and advantage over all our trading opponents. We know that we have an advantage over all our trading opponents because we know that we're going to get into these resting orders right here. When these stops are hit, we're going to get speed. And speed is going to come into the market when the symmetry dots are broken, because the market gets what? It gets imbalanced. And when you get an imbalanced market, you get movement like this. There it is. Okay, you get these 40, 50 tick trades. That's $500 per 1 contract that move down, right? With a hard maximum risk of $130 to $150 stop per 1 contract, and it happened between 750 all the way down in a matter of 20 minutes, right? 20, 30 minutes. So the bottom line is a number 2 trade, you always take it with trend. Always take it with trend. Moving average got to be crossed down. Now, the news is coming out. I'll look for a number 1 sell now. Now I'll look for the market to jump back up. I'll look for a number 3 at 68, 68.20 to 68, 69 here. I'll look for a number 1 sell when we pop back up here. I'm looking for a number 3 trade to pop back up between this area for a continuation. So if you're new in the trading room, all you got to concentrate is selling the red in downtrends and selling short below the green in downtrends, letting the symmetry dots line up on the trade setup. If it's a number 1 trade, we're looking for a retracement trade with news coming out right now. I'm looking for a retracement back up to 68.20 to 69 right here for a reversal bar for continuation to the downside. And that's all we do. Okay, so it's a number 2 trade short. You'll see it over and over again. If you're new to trading or if you just became a new member, if you just concentrate on the number 1, number 2, that's all you need to do. After you break through the LVA and these stops are taken out, I have a 3rd trade, which is called a number 3 trade, and that's it. It's simple as 1, 2, 3. That's all you got to learn. And these setups don't change. We've been doing all in 2012. We'll do them all in 2013. To be consistent in these markets, you have to trade the same setup over and over and over and over. You have to repeat the same setups over and over. You cannot change your setups. The one thing I get for novice traders all the time, well, the market's dynamics have changed. I need to change my setups. I think I need to find the holy grail indicator. I have to go to this webinar, or I have to do this, and they think they got the best things in sliced bread over here. No. You know, my opinion doesn't count. Your opinion doesn't count. Order flow is what counts. All you need to know is where the resting possible stop orders are. If you know where the resting possible stop orders are, we can get into these trades with high probability, with very high probability trades, because if we know the resting possible stops are below LVA and downtrends, we just time the trade by entering my symmetry dots with a 2/3 body candle close below it, and you get speed. If we know that we have a high probability resistance now, right here at 68.80 and 68.80 right here with the hedge fund, we know at 68.80, if it comes back and bounces up, we look for the red bar reversal, and there we go. There's a number 3 setup for continuation to the downtrend, or downside. So I know my next trade ahead, 40, 50, 60, 70 ticks ahead. And you remember, see it all the time, I project 50, 60, 70, 80 ticks ahead, just like I did Monday and or Tuesday and Wednesday. They come down to it, hit it, and go. And you got to do it again. So what you look at the dynamics say we're in a downtrend. So I look for what? I'm only looking for number 1, number 2, and number 3, right? Number 1, we're looking for a retest of what? HVA, that's too far away. Number 2 we just had. So after a number 2 becomes a number 3, that's a retest of a number 2. So if I retest this level, 68.20 to 69, that's my short for number 3.